Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Headbangers Closet. Appreciate everybody checking out the channel, and I hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. Want to steal another idea from my buddy VK at the Zepro channel? Please go sub him up. I'll try to remember to link down below. But VK is a super cool dude. If you're, I'm a metal guy, right? So, but he's not just metal. If you like other stuff as well, he's probably the most knowledgeable person of just all music in general. Huge vinyl collection, so if you're a vinyl junkie, check out his channel. He's a super cool dude. You won't be disappointed. But I'm going to steal one of his ideas because I'm going to talk about a record and then the show. The band is Megadeth. The album is 2023's. Their last studio record, rather, is 2023's The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Phenomenal album. Pretty much, I think I speak for all the diehard Megadeth fans. This was the album we've been waiting for from them for quite a while. From Dave, I guess I should say. But awesome. The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Vic Rattlehead in his, medieval times outfit with the Black Plague kind of artwork playing on there with the album title. This thing came out in 2023. A lot of reasons why this thing was delayed. You had the thing with David Ellefson. He was back in the band in the studio recording this album with Dave Mustaine, and then the other two guys, which I can't remember their names at the moment. But he had that whole incident with the girl online. Dave Mustaine had to boot him out the band, and then they continued to record. Dave Mustaine had the cancer scare. Well, not scare, he did have cancer. Had to go through all that in the recovery. And then, they bring in a new bass player. But the Megadeth social media accounts did a great job of kind of giving the fans, an inside look at the recording process and some cool behind-the-scenes videos inside in the studio. But took these guys, it took them a long time to finish this one. But you know what? It was worth the wait. It's a great record. I really like Dystopia. But like the last few before Dystopia, up to Dystopia, I thought there was a lot of good songs on those albums, but there was also a lot of filler as well. And I feel there are a lot more really, really good songs on this record than there is filler. So just straight black vinyl I picked up. Don't have the Walmart variant, which is on turquoise blue. I would like to add that to the collection eventually, but not a huge deal. But this album's great. Track listing, first 3 songs right off the bat. You've got The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Really love the guitar work on this one, just the harmonies on this particular song. But a lot of heavy, fast, headbanging, just thrash riffs on this thing with a boatload of solos as well. Again, just like we all come to know and love from Megadeth. But the second song on the album is Life in Hell. Great tune. The ending of the song, it's really fast and heavy. And then you've got Night Stalkers, which is just barn burner speed metal thrash tune. Kind of cheesy lyrically. And with some Ice-T guest vocals on that. But if you kind of look past some of the vocals, if you're not really into the military and you don't really like that sort of thing, you might not dig it. I don't have a problem with it, but I do admit it does kind of sound a little cheesy, but it doesn't matter. It's still a killer tune because of just how fast, just aggressive it is. I even kind of like Ice-T's part in the tune as well. Then you got Dogs of Chernobyl, just like Life in Hell. Really great, ending part of the song, which is just really heavy and fast. And then from there, after the 4th song on the album, you get a little bit of filler. Songs like Sacrifice, it's a pretty cool tune, but not great. Junkie, I'm not really a fan. Psychopathy, I'm not a fan. Killing Time, not really a fan of that one either. So there's 3 to 3.5 songs right there that I don't think are as good, but they're not bad tunes by any stretch of the imagination. Then you get Soldier On, which I think is a pretty cool tune. Heard that one live the last time I saw Megadeth, which I'll get to that in a minute. And then you've got Celibatante, which is all right. But then Mission to Mars, the last 2 songs of the album, Mission to Mars is the second to last song. Pretty cool tune. It's not super fast, not super heavy, but just kind of a fun sing-along. Like Night Stalkers, the lyrics are a little cheesy, but it's still just a fun sing-along type of tune. I dig it. And then the last song on the album, the best song on the album, Will Be Back, which is the first single off the record. Just super hard, heavy, fast, just Megadeth tune. Kind of sounds like it could easily come off of So Far, So Good, So What, or Rust in Peace, or Peace Sells for that matter. Just a killer, kind of the quintessential Megadeth song. So awesome record. I'm sure everyone watching this has already checked out this album, and I already did a review of this record, but I kind of wanted to do one again and talk about the tour. So let's get to the show. I had tickets to see Megadeth, I believe it was in late 2020. It was a spring summer tour. They were coming to Atlanta. I bought a ticket and a meet and greet with the band. Really disappointed. It got canceled due to COVID. When they rescheduled that tour like a year or so later, they didn't hit Atlanta. I got fully refunded, but I didn't care. I wanted to see Megadeth. So then last year, not too long after the release of the album, they announced they were going to go on tour as an opener for, I think it was Five Finger Death Punch. And they came to a brand new, smaller style outdoor amphitheater up north of Atlanta in Alpharetta, Georgia. It's basically your outdoor amphitheater, all you guys know that are all in all your cities, just a little smaller. And they were the second band to go on, and I had some good covered seats for the show. Megadeth sounded great. I was close enough where I got some good photos of the show. Those are on my Instagram account, Headbangers Closet. But they only played 2 songs off the record, which was We'll Be Back and Soldier On, which both sounded good. But I was really wanting that Megadeth headlining, their own tour. And when this thing was announced, jumped at the chance. Very surprisingly, they weren't playing in Atlanta. They were playing in Macon, Georgia at a brand spanking new, just opened this spring, outdoor amphitheater. So I was like, all right, excited to go to Macon. 2 hours away, a little bit longer of a drive to Atlanta, so I decided to take the Friday off. Then we would go there for the show that day, spend the night, come back on Saturday, right? So got the tickets. I'm in the pit, which was the open area. They took some seats out, and they had the nice really large. Usually those pits are kind of small. They try to keep a lot of the covered seating. And this one, there was a lot of room. I mean, they could easily sold 300 more tickets to the pit. And then picture an outdoor amphitheater with a very, very small, minuscule lawn, and then maybe just half the seat. So it was very small. I was talking to a police officer inside the venue, and they said, she said it was only maybe like 5,000 to 7,000 seat place. With the pit, maybe an extra 500 to 1,000. So small, but really cool. So talking to some fans, in line for merch, in line for beers. A lot of people from the northern Florida, southern Georgia. And that's just a long drive to Atlanta. Macon's like 2 hours from Atlanta. So that's a long drive for people. So a lot of folks were excited. Friday night in Macon, they could just take the day off like I did and just drive up. If you're coming from 4 hours from Macon, add another 2, that's a 6-hour drive to Atlanta. So a lot of people were really excited that they were coming to Macon. It was like people at the hotel, everybody was saying that. All the people in town were like, oh, we're really excited and can't believe a band like that, of that stature was coming to Macon. So I thought it was cool, So get in line for merch, get in line for beer. I was able to grab this t-shirt while All That Remains was playing. The openers were All That Remains in Mudvayne. But while All That Remains was playing, I got this t-shirt. I like the green. They had another one where there was a lot of red in it, but I really like this green right here. And then the tour dates on the back. A lot of tour dates on this tour. I would love to be able to go see them again. Just really can't work it into my schedule. But if they're coming to your town, man, I highly recommend you go. They sounded amazing. They were on their A game. Not a note missed. They were loud. The solos hit. The riffs were great. Dave sounded awesome. I can't remember the name of the guitar player. I know he's not the guy that played on the album. That was Kiko, if I'm not mistaken. But that guy sounded great. Bass was awesome. The drums were phenomenal. They just sounded great as a band. So we get there, like I said, missed All That Remains, getting beers and chatting with friends, drinking beers and getting the shirt. We go in for Mudvayne's set. I thought they sounded great. They played all the their hits for the most part. Used to be a Mudvayne fan back in the day. It doesn't really kind of moved me anymore, but I thought they sounded good. They put on a good show, especially Chad Gray. He's the Chad and the bass player. Those are the only 2 dudes really like that move around. The guitar player is just kind of like, he walks real slow. If you know Mudvayne, you know what I'm talking about. But, they sounded good. I thought they put on a good show. Crowd was really, really into them. I kind of thought it was maybe that era of crowd with them, more so than Megadeth. But when Megadeth hit the stage, I found myself one person from the rail right in front of Dave. Got a lot of killer shots of Dave and the whole band for that matter. Check him out on my Instagram page, Headbangers Closet. Like I said earlier, I posted him on there. But I'm like right there. It was one scrawny dude in front of me, and there I was, like right there looking right up at Dave. It was awesome. Been a Megadeth fan for years. Really, really excited to finally be able to see him. But let's go through the set list really quick, and then I'll kind of conclude. I don't want to do a crazy long video. Just the point of this is to show the album, what I think about it, show the shirt, and kind of give a review of the set. So first song they come out with, the first track off the new record, The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Like I mentioned earlier, just great guitar harmonies on that one. They sounded great. The volume was a little low, and I thought that was maybe, the first maybe minute of the song. I was like, well, maybe it's because I'm so close. All the amps are above them. projecting out. But 3/4 way through the song, something happened, and bam, the volume was up. I guess the sound guy tinkered with the sound, brought it up to where it was supposed to be, and they sounded great. From then on, it sounded phenomenal. Then they go into Wake Up Dead, which I was excited about, then My Darkest Hour, and then the tour debut of Devil's Island, which sounded awesome. Then you get Hook and Mouth, which is probably on any given day my favorite Megadeth song, so I was super excited to hear that one. I think I've only heard it once before. Then we get Angry Again, which I love. Is probably my favorite, like, non-album Megadeth song. You know, it was for the soundtrack. Forgot, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I forgot the name of it though. But then you get Skin in My Teeth and Countdown to Extinction, which I love. And then This Was My Life, which sounded great. I think that was the first time hearing This Was My Life. I could be wrong. I think I actually heard that once before when they did the entire Countdown to Extinction album in its entirety at the Tabernacle maybe like 10 years ago. Then we get Trust and Tornado of Souls. Cool thing about Tornado of Souls, when the guitar solo comes on, the guitar player comes to the middle of the stage, they put a spotlight on him, and he just nails that solo. Phenomenal. The crowd went bananas. Then you get We'll Be Back, which is my favorite song on the new record. Sounded great. Then you get Symphony of Destruction. And then when it was like that part with the riff, like dan the crowd sitting there going Megadeth, Megadeth, which sounded really, really cool. Kind of had the vibe of like South American crowd, you know, just the crowd singing the guitar riff, you know. They played the Mechanics. They kind of, after Symphony of Destruction, they did like the fake out encore thing. They came back with the Mechanics. Sounded phenomenal. Crowd went bananas when they played that song. Then they go to Peace Sells. And I knew they weren't going to, not play Holy Wars, right? And I was kind of thinking they'd play Hangar 18, but they didn't. But they come out, kind of like second encore fake out, and then they come back and they play Holy Wars. Sounded absolutely phenomenal. The crowd was going crazy. It was a huge mosh pit. Whole show was awesome. That was the last song. Show was great. They played 17 tunes. All of them sounded amazing. Like I said earlier, if you can get to this tour in your town, do it. You will not be disappointed. The tickets weren't all that expensive, I don't think. It was maybe like $100 or so, maybe a little bit more, which I didn't think it was all that bad for those bands. But they sounded so good. I can't get over how awesome they sounded. They sound good every time I see them. But the last 2 or 3 times, I thought, they could have taken it up a notch. They took it up like 4 or 5 notches on this tour. So, awesome show. So glad I got to see Megadeth. And, with the cancer scare and just kind of the way Megadeth's career's gone, I always get scared like I'm not going to see him again. Like, I know like the other bands, like if I miss them, like I missed Iron Maiden this tour. I kind of have a feeling they're going to announce more dates because they always play Florida. They didn't play Florida at all the last 2 times they came to America. So I kind of feel they're going to do more dates. With Megadeth, I don't really get that feeling. Just something in my gut says, when they come around, go see them, But I'm glad they did. The show was awesome. The album was great. The merch is quality stuff. I've already worn the shirt. So check them out. Anyway, that's my review of the album and the show. Hope you dig it. Hope everyone has a great weekend. And I'll have another video for you guys soon. Cheers, everybody.